It is a pleasure to be part of this important conference. Thank you to the South African Institute of International Affairs for inviting me. The IAEA has a long and rich history of promoting the peaceful uses of nuclear science and technology in Africa, whether by working directly with individual member states or by fostering regional and international cooperation. Civil society, women, and youth involvement are key to the success and sustainability of our endeavors, and I'm glad to see they play prominent roles at this event too. Today's host country is a role model of South-South cooperation, generously sharing its expertise in the nuclear field with countries on the African continent and beyond. Its laboratory for accelerator-based sciences, ITEMBA Labs, is a leading research facility and was the IAEA's first collaborating center. Our partnership advances science and technology and provides training and education for scientists and researchers from Africa and beyond. South Africa is also a leader in nuclear energy, having a well-established program which has worked with the IAEA over many years. In March, our experts visited the Koeberg nuclear power plant to assess its long-term operational safety. About 30 countries, including several in Africa, are looking at building nuclear energy programs, and the IAEA is assisting them too. With the development of small modular reactors, Africa will have even more options to harness safe, reliable nuclear energy to fuel their economies and end energy poverty without the emissions that cause devastating climate change and deadly air pollution. Later this year, Egypt, here in Africa, will host COP27. It will be a chance for us to again make the case for nuclear energy. But that's not all. At Sharm el-Sheikh, the IAEA will also showcase the ways nuclear science and technology allow us to adapt to the climate change challenges we are already facing. Let me give you a pair of illustrations that involve the two critical stakeholders I mentioned earlier, women and young people. Nigerian scientists have been working with the IAEA and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization to develop new groundwater irrigation techniques. This has helped women living in camps for internally displaced people increase their cucumber, watermelon, and okra yields by 60% while cutting their water use by almost half. In March, the IAEA held a conference for PhD students. 16 attendees from Africa's Sahel region presented work on improving water resources management by using isotope hydrology techniques. Isotope techniques are also used in analyzing microplastic pollution in marine environments, an important area of the IAEA's NUTEC plastics work. Meanwhile, many of us are now very familiar with the RT-PCR test. It uses nuclear-derived techniques to detect not only COVID-19 but also diseases like Ebola. When COVID-19 struck, the IAEA launched what would become its biggest emergency response program, sending RT-PCR equipment and knowledge to 130 countries around the world. Applying the lessons of this pandemic, we launched Zoonotic Disease Integrated Action, or ZODIAC. It assists countries in expanding their detection and response capacities ahead of the next zoonotic disease outbreak. No continent has nominated more Zodiac national laboratories and coordinators than Africa. Another important IAEA initiative in which Africa plays a key role is Rays of Hope. It represents a step change in our assistance of member states fighting the growing cancer crisis. I launched Rays of Hope on the margins of the African Union Summit on International Cancer Day this past February. It has the strong support of African leaders, including President Macky Sall of Senegal, this year's chair of the African Union. The initiative's first partners are all African member states. Together, we will increase training and access to life-saving technology such as radiotherapy. Dear friends, in closing, let me tell you about the IAEA's Marie Sklodowska-Curie Fellowship, one of the very first initiatives I launched as Director General. The nuclear field needs more women. This program provides financial support for female students studying a wide range of nuclear subjects at master's degree level. In the first 2 rounds, African women have made up a quarter of our fellows. In fact, their numbers grew from the first to the second year. I urge you to spread the word before we open round 3 later this summer. I am confident Africa will make a strong showing again. The future is bright for the peaceful uses of nuclear on this great continent. I wish you a great conference.